Today on Bike Culture Hub, we're diving deep into the latest evolution of Honda's iconic big bore naked, the 2026 Honda CB1300 Super Four, a bike that continues to honor its past while embracing modern refinement. From the moment the CB1300 rolls into frame, it commands respect. Not by screaming for attention, but with a quiet confidence only a legend can carry. The long fuel tank, the upright stance, the muscular air-cooled engine fins, everything about this bike whispers classic, yet everything about how it rides feels incredibly current. Honda has doubled down on its retro identity rather than transforming it into something unrecognizable. That is what makes the 2026 version so special. It's not pretending to be a futuristic street fighter or a race replica. It's proudly itself. Let's start with the heart of the machine, the 1,284 cubic centimeters inline-four engine. This block of mechanical glory has been refined for decades, and in the 2026 model, Honda has done something very few manufacturers still dare to do: retain the big, air and oil-cooled layout while meeting compliance with modern emission standards. This engine is smooth, torquey, and deeply satisfying. It delivers around 110 horsepower and roughly 118 Nm of torque, but those numbers don't tell the full story. What makes this engine special is how it delivers its power. You twist the throttle and feel a wave of torque rising from the bottom end, pulling you forward with effortless strength. There's no waiting, no sudden spikes, just a clean, consistent surge that makes city riding relaxing and highway pulls addictive. This is the kind of motor that rewards short shifting just as much as it rewards late-night redline chases. Honda has paired the engine with a beautifully tuned 6-speed gearbox. The shifts are crisp, the ratios are perfectly spaced, and the clutch action remains light despite the engine's size. In 2026, Honda has added improved assist and slipper clutch functionality, which helps reduce rear-wheel hop during aggressive downshifts and makes everyday riding even more forgiving. For riders who appreciate analog feel, the CB1300 retains that mechanical connection between engine, clutch, and throttle. No awkward lag, no artificial smoothness. Just pure mechanical feedback. One of the things riders often praise about the CB1300 is its comfort. Honda knows that not every rider wants an aggressive, hunched-over riding posture. This bike offers an upright seating position that feels natural from the moment you sit on it. The seat is wide and plush, designed for long-distance comfort without sacrificing control in sporty riding. In the 2026 model, Honda has subtly updated the seat foam density and added small tweaks to the handlebar positioning, making the ergonomics even more relaxed for taller riders while still being approachable for shorter ones. Suspension is one of the biggest improvements this year. The bike features upgraded front forks with adjustable preload and rebound damping, and at the rear, twin shocks from Showa offer a wide range of tuning options. The result is a ride quality that strikes a beautiful balance between classic feel and modern stability. At low speeds, the bike feels soft and forgiving, absorbing bumps with ease. But when you push it through corners, it tightens up and holds its line with impressive confidence. There's a gracefulness here that many modern heavy nakeds simply don't have. Even though the CB1300 weighs around 270 kilograms, it never feels clumsy. Instead, it feels planted, like the kind of motorcycle that's always on your side, even if you're not a professional level rider. Braking is handled by dual front disc brakes with 4-piston calipers and a single rear disc, backed by Honda's latest ABS system. The braking performance is strong and predictable, offering plenty of stopping power without being overly aggressive. Honda has tuned the ABS to intervene smoothly, especially during low traction situations. This is a big part of the CB1300's charm. It feels safe, stable, and trustworthy, even if you're not pushing it to the limit. Design-wise, the 2026 CB1300 Super Four is a masterpiece of nostalgia. Honda has managed to preserve the classic silhouette, the round headlight, the iconic tank shape, the exposed engine, while integrating subtle modern touches. The new LED headlight keeps the retro circular shape but offers crisp illumination. The LED indicators and taillight blend seamlessly into the bike without looking out of place. Even the instrumentation strikes a perfect balance. You get classic twin analog dials for the speedometer and tachometer, but nestled between them is a clean, modern digital display showing fuel range, gear position, trip meters, and riding data. Honda could have replaced it all with a full TFT screen, but they chose not to, and honestly, that decision preserves the bike's entire character. Everywhere you look, there are small details that show Honda's craftsmanship. The polished engine covers, the subtle chrome accents, the perfectly contoured seat, the symmetrical exhaust system, all of it feels intentional. The CB1300 doesn't try to distract you with sharp angles or flashy colors. Instead, it relies on elegant simplicity. It's one of those bikes that looks just as good parked as it does on the road. Even motorcycle enthusiasts who don't normally care for retro designs often admit the CB1300 has a unique charm. Now let's talk about the riding experience. On the move, the CB1300 feels like an extension of the rider. The engine note is rich but not obnoxious, a deep, satisfying growl at low RPMs that turns into a smooth hum as the revs climb. The throttle response is predictable and finely controlled. Many modern motorcycles feel almost too refined, isolating the rider from the sensation of combustion, of movement, of machine. The CB1300, however, invites you into the experience. It lets you feel the engine without overwhelming you. It lets you enjoy speed without demanding aggression. Whether you're cruising through city streets, carving mountain roads, or taking a long highway trip, the bike adapts gracefully. For those who love customization, Honda has expanded the accessory catalog for 2026. You can equip touring windscreens, soft and hard luggage options, heated grips, engine guards, and premium seat upgrades. There are also performance add-ons like sportier suspension components and a lightweight slip-on exhaust. What's beautiful about the CB1300 is that it can be whatever you want it to be: a daily commuter, a weekend tourer, or a stylish retro showpiece. As for pricing, the 2026 Honda CB1300 Super Four starts at around $13,499 depending on market and optional packages. That places it in a sweet spot. It's not a budget bike, but it's also not overpriced, especially when you consider its craftsmanship, engine size, and the unique niche it occupies. Few bikes deliver this level of quality and character at this price point. The unique selling point of the CB1300 is emotional connection. This is a motorcycle that feels alive. It's not trying to be the fastest, or the lightest, or the most technologically advanced. It's trying to make you feel something every time you ride it. In a world where motorcycles are becoming increasingly computerized and standardized, the CB1300 stands as a reminder that riding is supposed to be visceral, something you feel in your chest, in the handlebars, in the throttle, in the road beneath you. As we reach the end of this review, one thing becomes clear: the 2026 Honda CB1300 Super Four is more than just a motorcycle, it is a celebration of Honda's heritage and a gift to riders who appreciate authenticity. It pays tribute to the golden age of muscle bikes while giving you the reliability, refinement, and comfort of modern engineering. If you're the kind of rider who values character over gimmicks, soul over specs, and timeless design over fleeting trends, the CB1300 might be the perfect bike for you. It's the kind of machine that makes you want to take the long way home, the kind that makes every ride feel meaningful. And that's why the 2026 Honda CB1300 Super Four is more than just another model, it's a legend that continues to grow. Thanks for watching Bike Culture Hub. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2026 CB1300 Super Four, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next motorcycle breakdown. Ride safe, ride smart, and as always, keep the culture alive.